That door. It just appeared out of nowhere and stood in the middle of the forest like someone dropped it upright. It wouldn't be the weirdest thing that had happened tonight, I guess, but it certainly made this a night to remember.
"What the hell is that?"
Jude screeched.
"Is it a monster? Is that how monsters come through to this world? Is that a metaphorical vagina?"
I glared at him and I saw Royal. I couldn't believe the troll had a name. Stand up and step in front of Jude protectively. "Whoa, man! Hide!" he said, watching me. Okay, this was surreal. How the hell had we just adopted a troll and treated it like a part of us I didn't understand? Whether we brought this monster through to our dimension during sex or not, it was still a monster. Yet the more time I spent in his presence, the more protective I felt of him, the more adorable I found that silly twig over his ear. And to top it all off, he had stepped in front of the basilisk and protected us from certain death. Not that I'd admit that anytime soon. It still made no sense, just like the fact that he could talk. Monsters didn't speak our language. They growled, they hissed, they screeched, but they didn't speak our language, no matter how butchered. And yet Royal seemed to both understand and speak it. "I don't need to hide. It's not a monster, it's a door," I said to both of them.
"And that's not weird?"
Jude said, appearing from behind Royal. "Didn't say it wasn't, but it's not dangerous," I said. "It's Martin's magic emporium."
"Whose magic what now?"
Jude asked. I laughed and walked to Jude to take his hand and took him closer to the door. Royal followed close behind, his breath blowing down our necks as he peered at the door too. It was, as far as doors went, a beautiful one, made up of 4 stained glass panels, the top 2 separated from the bottom 2 by a carved wooden sign, and the whole door was held together by a sturdy oak frame. The sign, smack dab in the middle, spelled out the name of the store that I'd only ever heard about in urban legends. It's not supposed to exist," I said.
"Well, it's right there, so I'd take a guess and say it does,"
Jude said, response ready on his lips as I've learned to expect from him. "I can see that," I said. "It's just, I guess there's more to this world than we know about," I said.
"What do you know about it?"
Jude touched the stained glass, which was predominantly blue with a yellow leafy pattern across. "It exists across different dimensions, different worlds. It only ever appears on the same spot once, and only to those in dire need," I said, scratching at the back of my mind for the information I'd read in books.
"Does that mean they can help with protecting Royal?"
Jude asked. I nodded, unsure how much help or how real the stories I'd read were. Jude turned the handle in his hand, pushing the door. A bell above it jingled. He stepped in, and I followed behind him. Royal tried to walk in behind me, but at the last minute, I turned and put my hands up. "Whoa, big guy, you can't come in," I said. "Why?" he asked. Why indeed? There was no other reason than the fact I had no idea what kind of situation we were walking into, and he had proven before he could protect us, so it benefited us more if he did come in. "Fine, but keep quiet," I said. "Quiet." Royal pressed his lips together with an audible gunk and stared at me. Jude was right. How could I call him a monster when he was so much more than that? Monsters didn't talk. They gnawed. They destroyed. They killed. They didn't protect, or play with rabbits, or obey elf orders. I walked into the Emporium with Royal close behind me, and the door closed of its own volition. The stuffy, citrusy smell was the first to hit, before the visual of the store did. Stone walls were cluttered with instruments that probably made sense in a madman's head, but not much sense to my elven eyes. There were bubbling cauldrons in one corner, and a shelving unit in another full to the brim with old leather-bound books and ornaments. A huge mermaid statue was right in the middle, dividing the room.